Hello and welcome to our Vietnam webinar. We have been doing webinars now for the last couple of months every Wednesday night, except for the last almost month we were away in Africa. So we kind of had a little bit of a time off from webinar, a hiatus, but we are back with our webinars. We are so glad that you have joined us to learn all about Vietnam and this fabulous tour coming up next March. And we will just get started. We're going to start first with a little bit about the Women's Travel Club, if I can get anything to work. Women's Travel Club in general. I'm going to go fairly quickly through this because we have been doing the webinars now for a little bit, and we repeat this part about the Women's Travel Club in general every webinar, and I don't want to bore anybody that's seen it before, but definitely as I'm going through it, if you think of any questions, ask at the end. Just if you are new and there's something I haven't touched on, please do just ask a question at the end. At the end, we'll open up so that anybody can ask questions either with a microphone or you can type out questions. So the Women's Travel Club, it came about 5 years ago. It started. I was a travel agent for years before starting the Women's Travel Club, and I found I had lots of clients, lots of ladies that really wanted to travel. They wanted to do more tours and kind of in-depth exposure to different destinations, not so much just all-inclusives and cruises and such, but more actual tours and getting to know areas. But they didn't always have somebody to travel with, and that was actually what was holding them back from doing these tours and visiting these areas. So I thought, you know, there's got to be a way. And I started to formulate what I wanted the Women's Travel Club to be as a vessel for ladies to be able to travel and do these tours that they wanted to do. So here's some of the key points to what is important for the Women's Travel Club. First, small group tours. All our tours are at most 16 ladies per tour. Some tours are even smaller than that, depending on logistics. So sometimes it's like vehicle size will make it smaller, or certain suppliers have criteria for it to be smaller, but they are capped at up to 16 ladies per tour. And that gives you a really nice, close-knit group of ladies to travel with. It feels very much like you're traveling with a group of friends. They are women-only tours, so there's no co-ed tours. We don't have some departures that are co-ed and some departures that are women-only. All our tours are women-only. It's a nice dynamic, and it really does feel like you're traveling with friends. It's very comfortable, very easy to do that way. Because of the small group nature of the tours, we're able to do a lot of exclusive activities, a lot of hands-on activities, things that you can't do if you're on a bus of 40 people. So we do tastings, we do, like this is the geisha makeover where we actually got made over in Japan like geishas head to toe and did a big photo shoot, terribly fun. A lot of culinary events and different activities that are just kind of fun, different, and hands-on to get you a little bit involved in the culture of where you're visiting. We do offer choice of single or double occupancy for the accommodations, and obviously double occupancy is going to be cheaper because you're in single occupancy, you're paying for your own room. So you're basically paying twice as much for accommodation part of the tour than somebody who's doing a double occupancy. If you want to take advantage of the double occupancy rate, but you don't have a roommate, that's okay. We will match you with a roommate. Most ladies do come to us as solo travelers and ask to be matched as roommates. We get a little bit of a list of criteria and information about you and match you to the best match for a roommate. The tour leaders. All our tours will have a tour leader. on them. The tour leader is kind of like your concierge on your tour. She's there to make sure that your tour runs smoothly as kind of a liaison between the local tour guide and the ladies on the tour, and just if you have any issues or problems or need any help with anything, she will be there to lend a hand. Here are some of our tour leaders. This is Debbie. Debbie is basically my right hand in the Women's Travel Club, so anytime you're contacting us for anything, a lot of times you'll talk to Debbie. A lot of times she's looking after post and pre-tour accommodations or flights and things like that. And she does lead a lot of tours. She leads a lot of kind of city tours, Europe, cruises, things like that. Those are kind of tours that you're typically going to find Debbie on. This is Melissa. Melissa leads a couple tours a year for us. She is very adventurous, so she'll lead kind of tours that are kind of nature, adventure-y kind of tours. This is her with a great white shark. She has a real affinity for sharks and loves shark preservation and everything about sharks. So there's a picture of her with a great white shark in the background. This is Irene. Irene also leads a few tours for us every year, and again, more kind of city tours, maybe some of the short getaways in the US and Canada. This is Kirsten. Kirsten is actually going to be the tour leader for Vietnam, so we are going to hear from her very shortly. Kirsten leads, she's pretty eclectic in her tour taste, so she will do a lot of the nature and Africa and things like that, but also very adept in city tours, Europe and places like that. So she is a great, fun, and very capable tour leader, and during her day job, she's a veterinarian. So if you have pet questions, I'm sure she'd love to hear all about them.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
This is me, and this is on a ATV ride, which actually ended up being a ton of fun. Some of the ladies were a little bit nervous about doing it before we started, but once we got out there on the ATVs, everybody loved it. It was very much fun. I like to do kind of outdoorsy, naturey kind of tours. That's typically where you'll find me. These are some of the destinations that we have coming up for 2019. So you can see there is a great selection of tours coming up next year, a little bit of everywhere, and a little bit of everything in the tours. So on to Vietnam. This tour is coming up from March 3rd to the 15th. And again, our tour leader is Kirsten, and Kirsten is here to kind of take it away and tell you all about the day-to-day of the tour for Vietnam.
Thanks, Marianne. Thanks also to everybody who took time out of their busy schedule to listen in tonight. We really appreciate that. Hopefully I can answer some of your questions, or at least describe for you what to expect when we're on tour in Vietnam.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Vietnam, I'm really looking forward to. It's such an ancient and storied land, rich with cultural diversity, gorgeous landscapes, and an incredible cuisine. And that's among choice Southeast Asia cuisines, supposed to be one of the top, if not the top. So I can't wait to show you what's on this tour. Our adventure starts in Hanoi, the bustling capital city. They say that Hanoi's weather is at its best in March, when we're going. Not too cold to go out in a t-shirt, but not too hot and humid so as to be uncomfortable. Ladies will be arriving throughout the first day, day one, and we'll all gather together at the hotel in the evening for a welcome meeting. We do have some organized activities here in a few days, but for the first day you can just explore on your own or rest up at the hotel, whatever suits you. At our evening welcome meeting, we can introduce ourselves, meet our in-country guide, and we'll go over the details of the tour in more detail as you need to know for when you're actually in the country. So on day two of the tour, but day one of our official exciting adventures, we leave the hustle of Hanoi behind and head for the idyllic valley of the Mai Chau region. There are lush green fields and rice paddies, as you can see, terraced gardens are absolutely breathtaking. And March is the period where there are usually abundant white flowers on many of the trees. There's fruiting trees, pears and plums, and you can see carpets and carpets of white. I know we'll feel all our cares slip away as we drive through here and drink up the scenery. Once we arrive at our lodge, we get to go for a lovely country walk, visiting local villages, traditional brickworks, and even a market for some exotic fruit tasting. We'll learn about the local agriculture and ethnic tribes as we go. This walk is not at all difficult, so we should all be able to enjoy the stunning landscape and the lovely people. On day 3, we have a full day in Mai Chau to explore freely or choose from several optional activities. Weather in the valley at this time of year should also be moderate, with highs of about 24 and overnight lows of 15. So that's perfect for exploring and then getting a good night's sleep. The people in Mai Chau are very warm-hearted and welcoming, so I'm sure we'll make many new friends as we learn about their culture. The optional activities for today are very reasonably priced, in the $2 to $10 US dollar range. They include cycling, kayaking, and cooking classes. If you don't want to make your own way around, there'll be plenty of things to do. Personally, I think I'll see how rusty my cycling legs are, but the cooking class also sounds intriguing. On day 4, it's time to say goodbye to Mai Chau and make our way back to Hanoi for more fun and excitement. There we'll have a guided tour of the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum and Museum with an opportunity to view Ho Chi Minh's embalmed body in its glass case. After that, we'll visit the Hoa Lo prison, also known as the Hanoi Hilton. I was relieved to know that we will not actually be staying there. Well, at the prison, we'll learn more about Vietnam's political history from its struggle for independence from France up to the infamous Vietnam War. I'm looking forward to learning more about the war than I learned from American and North American documentaries and Magnum PI, because that's pretty much what I know so far, but I think there's probably more than that. After this, we'll change pace a little bit and go for a cyclo tour of Hanoi's lively old quarter. Now, cyclos are, you can see in the picture, somebody else does the cycling, we do the sitting. So it's a perfect way to take photos, get to know the area, and safely navigate the busy streets. In the evening, we can refresh and relax at the hotel or take in an optional water puppet theater performance with beautiful live music and intricate puppets on a water stage. On day 5, we start our day off with a special breakfast at Hoa Sua, which is a nonprofit training restaurant for underprivileged Hanoi youth. It's nice to have a hearty meal while we're helping others. After breakfast, we transfer to Halong Bay to board a traditional junk boat. That'll be our home for the night. We can relax comfortably on board while we cruise through the beautiful turquoise waters of the Bai Tu Long Bay. I do apologize for anybody who is a speaker of Vietnamese for my pronunciation. We can relax comfortably on board the junk boat while we cruise through these beautiful turquoise waters, looking at the thousands and thousands of sculpted limestone islands that we're surrounded by. When we tour Bai Tu Long Bay, it's a more secluded area of this area, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And we'll be able to explore the Mekong Cave with our guide. As I understand it, this is exploring by boat, not necessarily by foot. So this will be very exciting. We'll anchor in the bay to spend a peaceful night aboard with the beautiful night sky and stars above us. Day 6 is a travel day. Following an early lunch on board the junk boat, we'll return to land, drive back to Hanoi, and catch a short flight to Hue, located in the central region of Vietnam. Weather here tends to be hot and dry, though it's very comfortable in March. A nice break from the winter doldrums. Hue is a quiet city and is the gateway to the treasures of Vietnam's royal past. It's well known for magnificent architecture, royal tombs, pagodas, and temples, all built along the banks of the Perfume River, which sounds really intriguing. And tonight we'll just rest up for tomorrow's activities. So, bringing us to day 7. Day 7, we'll start with a tour of the Imperial Citadel, another UNESCO World Heritage Site and one-time capital city of Vietnam. This is a walled fortress and former palace with many gateways, courtyards, gardens, areas to explore, as well as something called the Forbidden Purple City, This was once home to the imperial family, and it's modeled on China's famed Forbidden City. Unfortunately, it was significantly damaged during the Vietnam War, but is still a sight to see for sure. Just outside of Hue, in the afternoon, we'll tour the tombs of Vietnam's great emperors. These are impressive tombs in a variety of sizes and states of ruin, featuring ornate architecture and also more fascinating history. Day 8, we depart Hue for an incredibly scenic drive. It's along a mountainous stretch of highway to Hoi An, which is 30 kilometers south of Da Nang. Along the highway, you can see here, it overlooks just beautiful, beautiful beaches. There'll be plenty of chance for some beautiful photo opportunities. Once we get to Hoi An, we'll have a lovely guided walk through the narrow winding streets of Hoi An's Old Town. There's shopping, restaurants, a Japanese covered bridge, and as well as well-preserved pagodas to see. And don't worry if you can't take all of this in. We're going to be spending 3 nights here, so there's going to be lots of time to explore Hoi An. As a special treat today, we learn how to make and get to make a traditional Vietnamese lantern as we visit a place called the Life Start Foundation. This is a good cultural activity, and it's a nonprofit charity that provides sustainable employment to Vietnamese with chronic disabilities. So it's nice to be, and it's the whole foundation is supported by our tourism dollars. So it's a really nice place to be able to go see. Day 9, Oodles of Noodles Day. Yummy. Yes, yummy. Unless you're gluten intolerant. But while I'm thinking of gluten and different dietary requirements, I'm a vegan, and there are many vegetarians that come on tour, as well as people with many different dietary requirements. Most of these, if not all, can typically be accommodated with just we telephone, or we let the people know ahead of time, and we'll be able to meet most dietary requirements. Obviously, definitely let us know ahead of time so that we can make preparations. So for Oodles of Noodles Day, we get to learn all about noodles, shop for ingredients, and then go prepare them under the tutelage of a local training school for the culinary arts. Again, this is our tourism dollars at work, helping underprivileged or at-risk youth here in Vietnam. We can help our 2 youth guides practice their English as they lead us with their trainer through the local markets, learning about the ingredients and stopping to taste some of the 26 different varieties of noodles. Yes, 26 different varieties of noodles offered in this city alone. We do support small local women-run enterprises as we sample their wares. And I'm thinking it's probably a good day to wear loose-fitting pants. In the afternoon, you have more free time to choose our own activity, or just go somewhere for maybe a nap to digest. Bringing us to day 10. Day 10 is a full free day in Hoi An. There's so many things we can do. We can arrange a day tour to visit the Mi Shen, and again, I'm sorry about my pronunciation if that's not correct, the Mi Shen temples, approximately an hour away in Da Nang. This is a Hindu temple complex that's often compared to Angkor Wat in Cambodia or Bagan in Burma, and it's also now a new UNESCO World Heritage Site. Some of us might want to pack a picnic lunch and head to the beach. Kua Dai Beach is nearby, a doable bike ride away. Playing in the surf on a beautiful palm-lined beach in Vietnam is absolutely on my bucket list. Of course, more napping might be in order if I'm lulled to sleep by the sound of the waves. Alternatively, we can visit a local tailor to be fitted for some very reasonably priced clothes. Or if we don't really want to go far, we can have a relaxing day by the pool at the hotel. And on this tour, one thing that really impresses me is we do have a really good distribution of both scheduled activities, optional activities, and free time. So you can really kind of custom make the tour to what it is that you want to get out of your visit to Vietnam. Many decisions. Okay, so day 11. Sadly, we say goodbye today to Hoi An. However, it's not over yet. We got to catch a short flight to Ho Chi Minh City. You might know it better by its former name, Saigon. This is Vietnam's biggest city, and it's the country's commercial capital. We're staying 2 nights in this, our last stopover on our tour. After checking into the hotel, we'll have the afternoon free to enjoy the city. And once again, there are many, many reasonably priced activities we can do, or just rest. The activities include a cyclo tour. Again, you do not have to cycle. Visits to the War Remnants Museum, or some people call it the War Crimes Museum, said to be gut-wrenching but worthwhile, or also the Reunification Palace, and even we discovered a small water park. We can arrange a visit to a water park if you didn't get enough beach back in Hoi An. Day 12, how claustrophobic are you? Today we take a guided tour of the Cu Chi Tunnels site. This is a complex network of tunnels that the Viet Cong lived in to protect themselves from enemies during the Vietnam War. These tunnels stored ammunition, they provided a hidden base of attack, of course, and they even had underground hospitals. If you're not claustrophobic, you can try crawling through some of the tunnels yourself, and you can tell me all about it, since I'll be waiting on the outside for you to return. Maybe take a picture, please. Day 13, sadly, departure day. We have to say goodbye. It's always hard at the end of the tour, I found, having accompanied many of the Women's Travel Club tours and as a tourist even as well, since we make so many fabulous friends along the way. Sharing travel is very bonding, and we'll go home with really great memories of our time together. So to recap, some of the highlights, or the highlights I should say, and inclusions in this tour include 11 nights deluxe hotel accommodations, 1 night traditional junk boat, all internal flights, our arrival transfer from when we get there to our very first hotel in Hanoi. And the tour does not include the departure transfer. It's worth saying at this point. And that's because by that point, we're all much more, we're comfortable with each other, comfortable with the country, and we know our guide. And it's a lot more economical to arrange transfer back to the airport separately, depending on who's leaving when, who wants to go with whom. And who might be staying on for other things. So it's not really efficient to arrange the departure transfers ahead of time. The meals included, though, are 12 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 2 dinners. Also, we have a private minivan transportation throughout our stay, the special Hoa Sua breakfast in Hanoi, the traditional lantern experience in Hoi An, the Oodles of Noodles local market excursion, also Hoi An, as well as the Oodles of Noodles demonstration and eating, the visits of the Hoa Lo prison and Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, a cyclo tour of Hanoi's Old Quarter, overnight on the junk boat in Halong Bay, guided tour of the Emperor's Tombs and Imperial Citadel in Hue, a walking tour of Hoi An Old Town, guided tours of the Cu Chi Tunnels, an English-speaking in-country guide, as well as me, the Women's Travel Club leader. And Marianne, maybe you can say a little, that's pretty much all about Vietnam. Of course, there's probably or maybe questions that you might have, but Marianne, maybe you can let us know about more stuff about the Women's Travel Club.
Yes, so for the Women's Travel Club, just some other services to, once you've booked your tour, that we can help you with, just to make everything as seamless and easy for you as possible. So these are just things that we do offer to help with. If you would like pre or post night accommodation, so your flight's going to get in a night early or you're going to leave a day after, a lot of times ladies will want to go at least one night before the tour just to get used to the area and acclimatize themselves to the area, to rest, get a little over the jet lag before the tour starts. So we can definitely help arrange those nights, and then that way you're staying at the same hotel in the same room that you were for the tour. Pre or post tours or extended stays. So
if we don't want to say goodbye,
if you don't,
we don't have to say goodbye.
You just keep touring. So, so for sure, pre-post tours. There's actually another tour right before this, the Thailand tour. So a lot of ladies on the Vietnam tour will have already been on the Thailand tour prior. It is full, so unfortunately it won't work as a pre-tour for this. But if there's some place you want to visit, we can definitely help arrange a tour beforehand, a tour after, see if other ladies are interested, and just kind of go from there. Flight assistance and booking, so definitely wherever your closest departure airport is, we can help with booking the best schedule and rates for flights. We will have a private Facebook group. For each tour, we have a private Facebook group for any ladies on Facebook. This gives you an opportunity to talk to other ladies going on the tour. You're going to get to know each other a little bit ahead of time. And then after the tour, it's also a great place to share some photos. And as we discussed earlier, we can match you with a roommate. So if you're coming as a solo traveler and you want to take advantage of the double rate, then we can definitely match you with a roommate for the tour. We also, around final payment date, we send out something called tour notes. Tour notes give you an overview of basically everything you need to know about the destination, about the tour. So it's going to tell you things about the currency that's used, how to get money while you're on the tour, if there's places to do laundry, what kind of electrical outlets there are. So everything you need to know about the destination, it will tell you in the tour notes. There's even a suggested packing list to give you an idea of what you might want to bring. So a little overview of the tour and the details. So again, it's March 3rd to the 15th of next year. The double occupancy rate, we got some great rates on this tour. It's very reasonably priced for the inclusions and also the level of accommodation. It's excellent. So the double occupancy price is $25.79 Canadian, and for our US ladies that works out to right now with exchange about $19.80 US. The single occupancy rate, giving you your own room throughout the tour, is $39.38 Canadian, or approximately $3,025 US. It's only a $250 deposit to hold your spot, with the final payment coming due December 28th. And of course, the full details of the tour and all the itinerary written out are on the website at womenstravelclub.com, and just go to tours and then to Vietnam and you can see the full itinerary. And of course, the toll-free number is there. Call us anytime to go over anything, any questions you might have. We are going to open up the questions now. So if anybody has any questions for us, please let us know. And you can raise your hand.
And thank you again for your attention and for coming out tonight. We really appreciate that. And hopefully we've piqued your interest in Vietnam.
If you have a question, you can just hit the little raise your hand icon and we'll see that, and we can open up your microphone, or you can just type out your question. We'll give a few minutes, see if anybody has any questions. Don't see any, but no, definitely, if you think of
something later, sorry, Marianne, please go ahead.
I was going to say exactly that. Yes, if you think of something later, definitely send an email or give us a call, and we will for sure answer any questions you might have. But in the meantime, I just wanted to thank everybody for taking the time and coming, spending the time with us, learning all about our Vietnam tour and the Women's Travel Club. And we hope to see you on a tour in the future.